Boy, it's hard to turn that off, isn't it?
Always count on me, darling, from that day on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here.
I'll be there when you want.
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Oh, baby.
Central Standard Time. Back weeknights, 7 o'clock Central. InfoWars Nightly News with our great crew. We appreciate all your support out there, listeners and viewers, and your prayers. I am your host, Alex Jones, and it is 8/7. It is August 7th, 2014. We're going to be here for the next 3 hours. Again, every day, the news just gets more out of control. And I look back to 19 and a half years ago, first getting on air, and thinking about the time to come when open world government and the planetary, authoritarian, totalitarian, autocratic technocracy would be established, because Zbigniew Brzezinski, Carol Quigley, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the UN, UNESCO, the eugenics boards, all had told us they were going to do this. And everything that they'd said 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years before, they had already completed. Not always exactly the way they wanted to do it, but they were guiding our world. They were in control to a great extent. And being a student of history, just because I found it to be so informative, enlightening, entertaining, riveting, captivating, I knew that I was basically living in a science fiction movie. And I've been saying that for 19 years on air. We were living in a science fiction movie then. And we're living in even more of one now. It is fantastical and even more wondrous and even more bizarre because it's real. That's why I can be walking down the street in Austin and even see an actor or somebody that I like, and I don't even say hi to him, because compared to the cosmos, compared to all the incredible wonders in the universe, or bats flying around in my backyard and nesting in the outside fireplace, or my children playing, or the wonders of just life on this planet, it just doesn't even matter. And then I see the general public totally captivated and narcissistic, artificially conditioned to be so from birth, reading People magazine and Us magazine, and everyone trying to act cool and strut around with all the trappings of power. It makes me almost want to just do my show from a cabin in the woods or something. Or to run to the hills and do a 1-hour briefing once a week from a mountaintop or something. Because it's just, I need to get out of it. I need to get away from it. I need to unplug from it. Just being around it is so crushing to my spirit. Not that my spirit's crushed, it's expanding and energized and opening up to the universe and all of God's mysteries and wonders. It's so amazing to be alive, the gift of consciousness, that I can recognize beauty and that you can recognize beauty and that we can share it together. It's just fantastic. But then, juxtaposed against all the good in the world, is all the twisted lies and fraud. And the twisted lies and fraud in myself. Just the fact that I have knowledge of good and evil and knowledge of how the globalists operate, I feel dirty even knowing it. It's like if you're walking along through a field and you come across a dead cow that's been dead for about a week, and maggots are literally pouring off of it, and other things like termites. People usually mistaken a dead carcass on the side of the road, maggots, for termites. You got to try working on a ranch and being tasked to drag something like that off with a tractor. which any farm boy's done. And you're not the dead horse or cow, but just dragging it away, you feel dirty and bad. Do you see what I'm saying? Nietzsche said, do not look into the abyss lest you become the abyss. And even though I have become informed and enlightened to a high degree, in my view, compared to people that are totally unconscious, that's no trick at all. Take the blinders off, admit you're being manipulated, admit there's a larger universe around you, admit that we're being bred like cattle and conditioned, and you will immediately jump 4 or 5 levels consciously, intellectually, spiritually, where you were previous, buying into the world. When you say the world, it's the artificial construct